Hey everybody, I did a test of my Varigate and now I'm doing a test of my quad envelope. What I have here in this patch is, I read the quick start guide from Malekko, and it says to take a gate on the Malekko quad envelope. You have 4 gate inputs, and typically my understanding is you would patch that to an LFO of some type. So I have that patched into a square wave on my Batumi for one of the gate inputs. The reason why I didn't get screws with 2 of these modules, and I'm waiting for more screws tomorrow. I'll probably get more. That's why it's kind of screwed up in that way. And then according to the guide, I have a clock on the Varigate patched from the clock out. Kind of hard to see here on the Varigate to the quad envelope clock input. And the reason I know it's getting clock signal is if you look here, this LED is flashing. If that clock is not sent, it won't be flashing, it will be solid. So that's how I know it's getting clock from the Varigate. So they can stay in sync, and you can do sequencing from the Varigate 4 to the envelope. Then I have the first channel output on the quad envelope patched to the CV channel 1 on my quad VCA, and it's getting CV. As you can see, it's flashing, so it's getting CV from the envelope and the Batumi. And so I have these settings for the it's kind of hard to see, attack. They have sliders, kind of cool: attack, hold, decay, sustain, and release. And so if I turn the volume up, if we change these, they change pretty quick. See how fast it's going? We do attack, increase the hold, decay, release. See, it fades. And if you want to record it, you can do record first one, and we'll record your settings for recall later. So I have that going. And then for the audio input here, I have it connected to my Borg filter and my oscillator. So you can hear. Cool. So I got my envelope working. Now if we take, I believe, a second, you can create 4 channels with 4 different envelope presets. I'll have to figure that out with the different control voltage sources like Batumi or whatnot, or an oscillator. What I want to figure out is how to sequence it. So I think what we would do is take a Varigate, we would connect a patch cable from the Varigate somewhere to the envelope. And let's see if I can actually do that tonight and get it right. That's the tricky part I'm having. There's a lot to the Varigate too, I'm learning. So if we take this output from the Varigate, and we send it to, I think you send it to a gate. I'm gonna try this, see what happens, just for fun. Cool, looks like it's sequencing. So the way this works on the Varigate 4 Plus, you have probability, which is your gate signals. So these all get full gates open, right? So how much gate is open? So all the gates are open, whatnot. And you have this repeats, RPT. How many times you want each step? These are 8 steps. How how many times you want to repeat. All the way right, there will repeat. So it looks like that's working, which is cool. Then we have the note. Let's see, if I press 1. I can't figure out how to get that note to work. It won't light up. A track is your sequence scale. See these black letters? That's for track. So that's changing something. So I know I got it working. It's just tricky figuring this out, how to get it all put together. And I still can't get glide or note to work. I gotta ask Malekko support probably why that's not working. You can also do a recall. That's interesting. It just stopped all of a sudden. I don't know. I'm still learning. This is a very tricky envelope to figure out and a tricky sequencer to figure out. I probably should have started with a simpler sequencer and envelope. I mean, I started with this one, which was kind of okay, but this one has got a lot of bells and whistles once I figure it out. So if I change anything, see how it's kind of just stuck now? Which is interesting. Maybe a cable came loose. In modular, if a cable comes loose, you'll have something won't go right. And then you can get a sudden volume bump in this. So anyways, yeah, it's, oh, you know, maybe it lost the clock connection. See how this stopped? Remember I was telling you if that's not turning bright colors, you might have an issue with the clock. So that probably was what happened because it's not flashing. When it's flashing, oh, so I stopped the sequence. Remember how it was, if I press stop, see how that's not going? That's why the sound stopped. Now if I press play, let's see what happens I turn. Now it's working. It's just I need to get off being stupid and figure this out. I probably need to give it all triggers again. Come back. The modular self-discovery, that's the fun part. And these are how many repeats I want. The 8 steps. That's not working. The track. Sequencer mode. Clean. Now the tempo is changing. See that? I did something. I don't know exactly what I did. I screwed it up, but this is half the fun of learning modular. Is it's not like a preset or a regular computer program. It's always changing. Control voltage is not the same. And when you have so many of these things like the modulation in, it's fun, but it's tricky at the same time. So I have this hooked up. So this is 1 to 1. Anyways, I'm gonna do some more patching. Once I get the rest of my stuff tomorrow, I'm probably gonna screw these in better and get into it.